Hi everybody, Mitchell here. Um, Today's video is a little bit special because today is coming out day. I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you today and a little bit about uh, what my journey has been like so far up to this point. Um, I first came out at about 17, I believe. Uh, I came out as gay to everybody, and it was pretty wonderful. We even had a party and everything. Um, it was pretty uneventful. Other than that, there was no dramatics. Everybody was just happy. And a couple years later, I had my first girlfriend, and I lived this life for a good portion of my life. Um, but it never quite felt right. I was popular. People liked me. I was a lot more popular than I am now. Um, but it just didn't feel right for me. I didn't feel like I fit in to that community. So about 10 years ago, in about 2010, 2011, I was watching YouTube and I saw this young man who was much younger than me. And he was talking about uh, his being transgender. And I think the video I saw was him giving a speech at his school. And he did a couple of other ones after that I also watched. Uh, and I did some more searching and looked around, and these people sounded like me. So, about 10 years ago, I came out as a transgender man. And that was a whole different journey. It's been the complete opposite of what it was like for me to come out as gay. Um, I, in fact, got so scared and so terrified that I hid for a year. I tried to take it all back and go back and just live my other life. Um, and it didn't work. I tried, and as scared as I was, I just couldn't go back. And so I came out again, and I've been out since 2010, since 2011. Uh, I started with social transitioning, which is when you dress as the gender that you identify as, and you choose the name that you want to go by and the pronouns that you want to go by. And for a long time, I lived that way. Um, I lived in Oklahoma when I came out. For some of you, that's pretty self-explanatory, but for the rest of you, this is what it was like. Oklahoma is very country, very old school, very reserved, conservative. Oklahoma is, for the most part, a red state, which that in itself, as someone who came out as transgender, is terrifying. But I may go into that a little bit later. So I was at a nursing home at the time, and that was also quite an adventure trying to be myself after I'd been myself for a good year or two previously. But I have an online support system, and that's usually where my support system comes from, is my online friends. So through an online friend, I was introduced to a couple of other transgender gentlemen who were very awesome, and they came to see me, and they gave me some advice that I'm going to give to you. Everybody's journey is different. No two people are the same, and no journey is the same. There may be similar experiences, but even though you're transgender, it doesn't mean that your journey is going to be the same as someone else's. And that is the best, most helpful piece of advice that I've been given, is everybody's journey is different. It's a very personal experience. I just choose to share some of mine with the world via social media. I've been on testosterone since August of 2019, so that's about 14 months now. I had a lot of roadblocks in Oklahoma as far as that's concerned. That's why it took so long. And unfortunately, I still see that happening for a lot of us. But now they have other ways to get help with testosterone. They have informed consent, which is very helpful for a lot of people. But I've chosen to do a combination of informed consent and therapy. I find the therapy extremely helpful because this journey is very difficult. Your body goes through a lot of changes, and as a result, your moods change. So it's very helpful for me. Personally, I had a lot of depression, and as soon as I transitioned or started transitioning medically, I felt myself balancing out, which happens for a lot of us. So it may help you. In the past year, I've grown so much as a person, and I'm feeling much more confident. I'm finally getting some facial hair. My voice is probably, to me, one of the most dramatic changes, because I already had a deep voice to begin with, So I didn't know what was going to happen to it exactly. But I like it. And it's not done. It's still doing things. So I wonder a few years from now what I'm going to be like, what I'm going to look like. Um, it's a scary thing. It takes courage. And I know you have courage. You can do this. If you're ready to embrace yourself, please do so. And if you're not ready yet, keep learning, keep growing. It's okay if you're not ready yet. So I just wanted to wish everybody a very happy coming out day. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. If you have any suggestions for future video topics, please let me know. And I will get them out to you. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I will catch you in the next video.